Imagine this. You're relatively early in your career and you've sort of reached to a point where you're beginning to wonder to yourself, how do you get that promotion so that you can lead your own team? And then one day, a question pops into your mind. How to lead? Now that's actually a good question, how to lead, because in asking so, and in order to answer that question, we have to go through a number of steps. Well, for one thing, I have to explain to you what exactly is leadership. And then next, I need to show you what are some of the traits that you can use in order to be seen as a leader. Then what we're going to do for the third step is to look at a possible scenario where we can combine or add as many of these traits as possible into giving you an idea of how to lead. And we're going to do that in this video starting right now. You may have heard that leadership is emotional intelligence, awareness, contribution, collaboration, many other things. And it does make you scratch your head and wonder, how can leadership be all these things? Perhaps you're like me and you were just looking for that one definition that can explain what leadership is. Leadership is all those things. The best way to explain leadership to you is that leadership is a combination of traits. So when someone says that leadership is about resilience or collaboration or emotional intelligence, they're absolutely right. Because what they're doing is they're looking at leadership from a particular angle. And what I want to do for you is to try to explain leadership in a more holistic way so that you can get a bigger picture of what it is. And that's what I'm going to do in this video, where I explain to you some of the leadership traits that you can use in order to lead and to be seen as a leader. By the way, the leadership traits that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video, I've drawn from my first-time leadership research called the 30 Principles of First-Time Leadership. There's a link in the description below if you want to get your hands on it. Leadership always begins with you. How you lead yourself is how you are going to lead others. And this saying applies whether you're early in your career or whether you're more established in your career further down the road. So if you want to start to lead, the very first thing you got to do is to be able to lead yourself. And then the next thing is that the biggest job of a leader is to bring others to their success through your words, actions, and decisions. So you have to accept that leadership first starts with you, because how you lead yourself is how you will lead others. And then when you lead, people don't necessarily see you as a leader, they see your leadership. And your leadership is represented by your words, actions, and decisions. Gone are the days where you have one persona at work and another persona outside of work. In today's workplace, people expect you to be consistently authentic at work and outside of work. The people around you are interested to know who you are when you are leading and why are you leading. They want to know that you are the same person whether you are leading or not. And they want to see, most importantly, consistency in your words, actions, and decisions. One of the best ways to lead is to lead by example. Don't tell others to do something that you have yet to do. Ask others to do something that you have already done before. Being a leader is about going into uncharted waters. So if you have done something first, you signal to the people around you that, hey, it's safe, I've done it, now so can you. How you treat others is a sign of your leadership. It's very common for us to treat others how we want to be treated. Successful leaders realize that people want to be treated as the individuals that they are, not as some broad brush set of tools to be treated in the same way. Treating people how they want to be treated means treating them as individuals. And it requires you as a leader to have some level of emotional intelligence in dealing with them as individuals. If you see someone who is underperforming, then you need to have a tough or stern conversation about getting their performance back up to the desired level. When you see another team member being too hard on themselves, that's where you got to be compassionate or maybe sympathetic and be softer in your approach. Everybody wants to be led how they want to be led. And it's really up to you to make that judgment to lead each individual the way they want to be led and in a way that makes sense for the whole team. You may have heard of servant leadership, or that leadership is being of service to others. Remember what I said, that leadership is about bringing others to their success? Well, when you choose to be of service and to help others to get closer to their success, you are being a servant leader. And that, my friend, is leadership. One of the easiest ways to serve others is to contribute to their success. And you can contribute through your authority, your expertise, whatever resources that you may have, what information that you can share. There are many ways in which you can contribute. The key is to contribute and to contribute consistently, be of service to others, so that when you reach to a point where others recognize that you become essential to their success, they will come to you. Then you can lead them. The best place to start leading is where you are right now, in your own area of work. When you're able to successfully deliver results and bring people along to that success, you give others a reason to follow you. And when you throw in being consistently authentic and people knowing you as a person and as a leader, then you're leading and people see you as one. Leadership isn't always leading from the front, charging into the fray, and speaking to your team in a commanding voice. Much of the critical moments in leadership actually lies in the conversations that you have with the people that you work with. It boils down to listening so that you can enable your team members and the people that you work with to be better, to get closer to their success. It also boils down to your ability to ask insightful questions so that you can gain useful information that can help you make better decisions and take more appropriate actions. Confidence is essential when you are leading, because the people around you feed on your confidence in order to feel assured that you can bring them to their success. One of the best ways to be confident when you are leading is to listen and ask insightful questions. Like what I said earlier, when you listen and ask insightful questions, it gives you access to information, which then allows you to make better decisions and take more appropriate actions. And when you do that, and it gives you the results that you are after, that provides a feedback loop which makes you more confident. Here's another one of those leadership traits that is very much underrated. Very few people talk about it, and yet could very much be your secret weapon. In fact, it is a weapon that every successful leader utilizes in order to achieve their leadership success. And that is your emotional intelligence. Specifically, sympathy, empathy, and compassion. Leadership is about working with the people around you and dealing with the situations that you are in. However, because of the dynamism involved with the people and the situation, there's no set rule on how you can go about resolving each situation and dealing with the people at the time. That's where your emotional intelligence is really critical. If you enjoyed this video so far, really appreciate if you give me the thumbs up. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have yet to subscribe to First Time Leadership, do click on that subscribe button to be notified of when new videos come out to help you with your leadership journey. And lastly, if you have any comments about what I've shared in this video, do share a comment below.